Hello and welcome to Brainy Gardener. Today, it is all about how to grow and care for the Agave vilmoriniana. Agave vilmoriniana, also called Octopus Agave, is a gorgeous evergreen succulent native to Mexico. The name Octopus Agave comes from its appearance. It has large, octopus-like leaves arranged in a rosette. It is one of the distinctive agaves, which has soft terminal spines and delicate, soft serrations or spines along the leaf margins. It's a slow-growing succulent that can reach up to 3 feet tall and spread twice as wide. Undulating, spineless green leaves form a spectacular rosette. The leaves curl inwards, especially near the tip. The plant produces large, yellow flowers after it matures, sending up a tall, almost 20-foot-long flowering stalk laden with plantlets. The agave is hardy in U.S. Department of Agriculture plant hardiness zones 9 through 11 and requires little care once established. Agave vilmoriniana is a drought-tolerant succulent that requires little care. Octopus agave is a succulent that requires full sun to thrive. If grown indoors, situate it near a window with at least 6 hours of direct sunlight daily. Plants in shadier conditions tend to become leggy and pale, with elongated leaves prone to rotting. Octopus agaves are succulent plants that have thick, fleshy leaves. They are sensitive to the cold and are unable to thrive outdoors during the hard northeastern winters because they are native to hot, arid regions of Mexico, the southwest United States, and tropical regions of South America. These desert agave plants thrive in full sun setting but can also do well in light shade. Octopus agave requires very little water. It's best to let the soil dry out between watering sessions. This will help prevent root rot from occurring, a common problem with these plants when watered too often. Water deeply but infrequently during the summer, and not at all during the winter. Octopus agave prefers temperatures between 55 and 75 degrees Fahrenheit. If your home is too cold, consider moving these plants to a warmer spot or purchasing a small greenhouse where they can get some extra heat during the winter months. It likes a warm and dry environment and has an adaptable growth temperature around 55 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. The ideal humidity range is between 40 and 60%. These plants prefer low humidity because high humidity can lead to root rot. Dry conditions are preferable to humid ones as this plant doesn't like having too much moisture around. Fertilize your Agave vilmoriniana every 2 to 3 months during the growing season with a balanced fertilizer. The optimum time to fertilize Octopus agave is when it is actively growing, which is often from spring until summer. Once a month is the frequency of fertilization. It is recommended to use liquid or compound fertilizer with low concentration level. Octopus agave can be propagated by offshoots. It is the easiest, fastest, and most effective method of agave plant propagation. These plants produce offshoots from the base of the mother plants that can be easily removed to start new plants. To start the process, select a mature and healthy plant. Carefully remove the offshoot from the mother plant by grasping it gently with a pair of pliers and pulling it away from the base. Wash off all dirt that may be present on the plantlet. Get a container that has drainage holes at the bottom. Arrange a well-balanced potting soil mix that drains well. Place the plant in the new container and fill the soil mix around it. Select a location where it will receive plenty of sun for at least 6 hours each day. Check the surface of the soil regularly. When dry, water the new plant thoroughly. After a couple of weeks, the offset will start growing in its new home. Octopus agave needs to be repotted after around every 2 years. Also, consider repotting when you notice the roots are growing out of the container. The best time to repot is early spring when the plant is starting to grow. You can also repot during the summer, but ensure that you do so before temperatures get too hot. The container must have drainage holes and be large enough to hold the roots. Use a growing mix that drains well and holds moisture. You can purchase this or make it by combining equal parts of potting soil, perlite, and peat moss. Choose an area that receives bright sunlight for multiple hours a day. Remove the plant from its existing pot. Gently pull the plant out and remove any dead leaves, and trim back any broken or diseased stems. Put soil mix into the new pot until it's about halfway full. Place the plant into the pot and gently fill it around it with more soil mix. Water the new plant thoroughly, then place it in a spot where it will receive plenty of suns. Octopus agave is mildly toxic, with sap capable of irritation and blistering. The plant is not generally considered a health hazard, but it is best to avoid contact with any part of the plant if possible. These plants are susceptible to agave snout weevils, scale insects, slugs, and snails. Agave snout weevil is the primary pest of this plant, feeding on the leaves and reducing their ability to photosynthesize. Therefore, removing any infested leaves as soon as possible is best so they do not spread their eggs. Scale insects are common pests of agave, feeding on the sap and causing damage to the plant. You could remove them by rubbing them with a cotton swab dipped in alcohol or applying horticultural oil to the affected area. Snails and slugs can be a problem when they feed on the plant's leaves and stems, causing damage that can lead to the death of the plant. They can be removed by hand or sprayed with a hose filled with water and salt. Please note and avoid overwatering the plant, placing it under harsh sunlight, using poorly drained potting mediums, and fertilizing during the dormancy period.